Hello there and thank you for clicking on this video. As you can see by Teddy, we're gonna react to a Star Wars Theory video. I haven't watched one of his for a long time because I kinda lost interest in anything new that Star Wars comes out with. I mean, it's just in Star Wars. I mean, even like Lucasfilm Star Wars, guys, why like I don't know if one talented person works there, and the fact that so many people praise Dave Filoni to this day after freaking Ahsoka, I just like Star Wars theory. I don't know if he's just being naive or he's just overly hopeful or he's just like trying to trick himself into believing what he's saying. Like I really don't know. Maybe it hurts too much that Star Wars is like dead now. I don't know, but I don't know, like every most of his tweets now are like Ahsoka episode 6 7 were so amazing, like great, oh my god, Anakin coming back was amazing. Like, dude, you used to have standards, and at the end of the day, yes, people have different opinions, that is fine, and no, don't go on, like I wouldn't like go and leave a hateful comment like, oh, your opinion sucks, because I mean, opinions are sometimes stupid, but that's fine. But sometimes you just cannot help but like wonder, like, brother, what's going on? Because like for example, this video that I actually got super interested in to watch, because at this point, how can you still have hope? I don't know. So the video is titled "Wait, is Dave actually doing this? A George sequels trilogy, a George sequel, yeah, George's sequel trilogy happening." See, that's my point. Like, how would you think that it's happen? I don't know, but exactly. So I want to react to this video. Apparently, I read some of the comments, and it's about Darth Maul being resurrected. Um, I love Darth Maul, but let that man be. I just let it be. But let's check out the video.
Hear me out on this one. Might be far-fetched, but it really isn't that far-fetched. If you haven't seen the video that I made about a year ago on the original sequel trilogy that George Lucas had written, this is from an
It's
exclusive
good.
archive book written by Paul Duncan.
Like the original trilogy that was apparently written by George Lucas about Darth Maul being the main villain with a young female apprentice. Awesome. Like the whole, like you look at his academy, he's a hero. Leia is like a senator or something, or the chancellor. Han and they and her together. Like everything is super like amazing. It would have been awesome. Like it would have been so awesome. Go check out that video. It's like apparently from 1 year ago. It would have been really good, and maybe one day they will do it, but it would take like 50 years when we don't have Leia, we don't have Carrie Fisher, we don't have Harrison Ford. I mean, he's like 100, and Mark Hamill. I mean, they're like super old, and yeah, I just don't see. Even if they like have like very good cast, I don't see any cast ever again recapturing. So sad, man. Like recapturing the magic that the original trilogy had, and even the prequels, because the prequels as well had a fantastic cast. But just there is something about that trio in um the original trilogy that I don't know, it just makes you feel something. So I guess let's continue with the video.
Where Paul Duncan interviewed George, I believe, in 2019, just a few years ago. This is the latest interview that we have with the man himself, the maker, about the sequel trilogy that he would have written. And it goes into extensive detail in the book, which I outlined in the video and gave my thoughts on. But essentially, Darth Maul returns. Luke is trying to band together a new Jedi Order, find new Force sensitives. Darth Maul has Darth Talon. There's a massive void in the galaxy, a vacuum because of the Emperor dying, and everyone is trying to create their own faction. You've got Crime Lords, you've got Stormtroopers, you've got Patriots.
This would
They're
have
all
been
just trying to
amazing.
create their own sort of power in the galaxy because there is no real authority anymore. Like the the Empire was or used to be. Now, until Thrawn arrives, I suppose. So, where am I going with
Well,
this?
Thrawn.
Yes. I think with the heavy emphasis of Dathomir, the Night Sisters, Zabraks, with that, I think we could get the closest iteration to George Lucas's sequel trilogy, if they so wish, or if they want to go a completely different direction, that's fine too. But we could really get the closest iteration of
That is true. Like they are, talking about Dathomir and about the Night Sisters and Mother Talzin, who I mean watched the Clone Wars, I think season 5. And they have a great arc there. But the, the thing is they just um put these Night Sisters in Ahsoka and they just appeared from nowhere. Like nobody explained to us why are they there, like what's their purpose, what do they want, like what's going on, and like in Ahsoka they would just put things, they would just sprinkle things here and there without any explanation. So I doubt really that they're having some sort of a plan.
or rendition of George's sequels. If the Night Sisters resurrect Darth Maul, which I hope they don't, but also I hope they do because it's cool. Now, they could create another Zabrak. Doesn't have to be Darth Maul, but I think that would be really akin to George's story that he wanted to do that was outlined in the Star Wars archives, 1999 2005. So what I'm thinking here is they resurrect not only Maul, but instead of Darth Talon, they resurrect Asajj Ventress. Now I know what you're thinking. Well, why do they keep resurrecting people? Just let them be dead, let their legacy die.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But first of all, how cool would it freaking be if we actually got to see George Lucas's sequel trilogy as close as possible
Yeah,
to
but it's the thing is it's not gonna be as close as possible. It's gonna be further as possible. Like, come on, freaking Obi-Wan, Ahsoka, Mando season 3. Like, what is? How is that even like remotely in the same universe as George Lucas' Star Wars? Like, how is this? I don't get it. I That's why I mean, like, is he like super just over the top, like hopeful? Because I, I'm just like so confused how he can interrupt how he can translate this like into, oh, this is gonna be like super close to George Lucas's sequel trilogy. Like,
Dave's style or vision. I would love that. I would love if Luke got to fight some sort of crazy powerful Sith Lord Jedi. I mean, heck, yeah, Darth Maul would be dope, but he could be like some really powerful Zabrak Knight brother or something like that that they create out of thin air. But Asajj Ventress, hear me out. Yeah, nice death, but lame death in Dark Disciple. She died because she was in love with Quinlan Voss, and she got in the way of Dooku's lightning, which was sent to kill Quinlan Voss, and she saved his life. She saved the man of her dreams, the love of her life's life, and she just dies. I think that character had so much potential. I think that character
okay,
could
that's
take on
fair,
so many cool
but that doesn't
twists.
mean
And
that
now
just
with
throw her
Dathomir
into
being
some
resurrected
shitty
and her
story
sphere
from
of
Dave
flame
Filoni.
being relit, I think there's a lot of promise, or at least potential, for Asajj Ventress to return. At the very least, they can create two new Dathomirian Zabrak creatures that are real badasses who will give Luke a very good run
He
for his
should
money.
just make his own
But
thing. I know
honestly,
he
what
did
Luke
like Vader
is with
Part 1, um, but I feel like just write your own story. Or I know like copyright is a big issue, but I don't know, like I feel like he does have like a lot of good ideas, but the things that he's just basing them off, or like he wants to see them in like in a future soccer show or whatever, like I just super misplaced for me.
Ben Solo, but he's like, I think 10 or something like that. He's very young, or 5 even.
I hated
So
Ben
it's
Solo,
like,
like
there isn't much
Kylo
more you
Ren.
can do but just watch Luke, and maybe we could get things from his point of view. Personally, I think it would be absolutely amazing if we got to see Luke come back, return with maybe a band of new Jedi that he's found, maybe some older guys too from Order 66. And I think it would be really cool to see like some badass dark Jedi or Sith just fighting him. Like let's get some really cool fight scenes for once, with Luke and Darth Maul. I think that would be really insane. as well as seeing some other creatures fight too,
It
like
could have
Justice League
been.
versus Mandos and stuff like that. I think it would be pretty cool. They're using magic while they're in the air, and it would be a wild scene, that's for sure. A wild season or a movie, whatever it may be. So that's my thoughts on this. I really do think that this could potentially line us up for the closest thing to George Lucas's sequel trilogy that we have ever gotten. We
No.
just have to get over the fact that if they're going to resurrect Darth Maul, which they could, but I think he had a pretty good death the first time, but they brought him back for the Clone Wars, and then killed him off in Rebels. But they could easily just go to Tatooine and resurrect him, using the Jedi force.
Fair, but
So they
do we
could do
want
that. They
that
could do that with Asajj Ventress, and it would be pretty wild to
under
see Asajj and
Filoni? Like,
Ahsoka once again. I'm just saying, it would be pretty neat. Let me know what you guys think. Do you want them to resurrect these beings or let
I
them
just
be
want them to
dead
stop
and
make
give us
like
some new characters,
fake
some new
Star
play with?
Wars.
Thanks so much for watching. I hope you have an awesome rest of your day, and leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it. Check me out on Spotify and iTunes. I'll see you in the next one. Until then,
Yeah. So as you said, like the comments, yeah, I feel like people are just. I mean, I guess like fan theories and stuff like are fine, but I feel like people are just being so naive and literally worshiping Dave Filoni, who literally shit on everything that's sacred. Um, yeah, like I don't know why, but whenever I saw our sword by newest first, like they are more like towards yeah somehow that more return like not as convinced, but yeah, that I don't understand what's going on with Star Wars Theory. I think he's just like I really don't know. Like as I said, my hype for like new Star Wars things like literally ended like I guess it was with officially with like Obi-Wan, with the Obi-Wan show. Even like no, I guess officially it was the Obi-Wan show because Boba Fett was just ridiculous. Like I did this even happen? And yeah, obviously the sequel trilogy is just like what what the hell was that? So I really don't know. I don't think that they will ever do something like that unless like management, like every person on every like management level changes, or like they sell Star Wars, they sell Lucasfilm to someone else. Who cares? But to be honest, even if they sell them to like to Apple or Amazon or whoever, like these people don't care. Like the top bosses, they don't care. Like nobody cares. Media is not something like about people that are actually passionate about art. They're passionate about I mean most of them like for example, a great example of that, Hollywood is not just like here to make you happy. Like Top Gun, the first movie was heavily advised by like the military of the United States, and stuff. Like so people, get hyped and go join the military and lose their lives for a stupid cause, thousands of kilometers on the other side of the world. It's freaking crazy, and it's brainwashing. That's what like Hollywood and media and like it's all brainwashing for me. Like they just want to think. Anyways, it's not Star Wars related. But that's my point. Like nobody has the passion for Star Wars or to make a good Star Wars. Not even Dave Filoni. Yes, Clone Wars was great. Rebels was, I mean, it was still as good. It wasn't great, great, great like Clone Wars, but it was still good. I think it was more towards kids, and he's doing that. Like I think he's great in that. And you can experiment so much with animation. I feel like in because it has like I think Rebels had 4 seasons or five, and then Clone Wars had 7 seasons. And you can experiment so much because every season had 20 episodes. And when it comes to live action, and you just put so much emphasis on the storylines, and then you just mess them up so much. Of course, that it's a bigger pain than just some animated show. So No, I really I don't think that anything what he's saying is gonna happen, and if it's gonna happen, it's gonna be the worst possible way. So yeah, I cannot wait for them to destroy Star Wars or even more. Like, which, why not? But do let me know down below, guys, what you think about Star Wars theories. He's just being naive. What's going on? Yeah, I still think he's super passionate. You can see it in his eyes. He's still like a Star Wars fan. I don't think he like sold out or he's a shill, but I think he's just. I don't know. Like maybe he's just as if he's like high. He's high on like Dave Filoni. I don't know. I like the guy. Like I'm not like being mean to him or anything. Just so you don't think anything. But yeah, do let me know, guys, down below what you think about everything. And I'll see you next video. As always, may the first be with you.